came
just
out.
people.
It's documented. They literally
Man,
just
that's
dropped
what
that
they
information yesterday.
That's what they want you. That's what they want you to believe, man.
Yes, but
there's a
even if
lot
they
of
are
people.
deporting people that are here illegally, they should also be deported.
Well, J. Rob, when you take out the ones who are just their visas are past due or they're here illegally but they're not causing any crimes, when you start taking all those people out, who's going to pick them berries, bro? Who's going to get those crops?
But that's what the Democrats said about slavery.
But that's
in the
what
1800s.
exactly. But those guys are willing to do that, and whenever they put out those when they put those jobs, but when they put those regular jobs offers out there for regular people to go and get those jobs, ain't nobody want those jobs, bro. Ain't nobody want those jobs.
That should be jobs for Americans, though. That should
but
be
ain't
jobs
nobody.
For Americans.
Do you want to go out there and pick cotton and tobacco? Do you want to go out there?
Well, they have machines for that.
No, man, they don't pay good enough. They pay those guys. Okay, minimum wage is like $7 in most states. If they pay those guys like 11, okay, that sounds good and great.
A lot of times they pay them under.
But still, they're paying them like $11 an hour. But if they offered you 25 to do it, you wouldn't do it. All the jobs that they're taking are the jobs that nobody wants, bro. The people who build this country are those guys who's out in that summer heat burning up. Ain't nobody want that.
Law and order.
But they're willing to do that. They chose to do that. When they did this, they just deported. They just deported their whole workforce, bro. Now who's going to do this? The farms are going to start falling. The farms are going to go to shit, bro. What are we going to do? We ain't going to have no groceries. Now
but that's not a reason to riot and burn down cities.
It's not. It's because they're taking out people who ain't doing crimes. They're just here illegally.
But it's a crime. But it's a crime. That's a crime to be in the country illegally.
It is. I know, but they should go after the criminals first, and the others should go and get their shit legal. But right now, they're taking out parents. They're taking out people, in the community that's just working to earn a living. They're not out here human trafficking. They're not out here selling drugs. They're not out here being part of MS-13. They're just trying to work on these farms, doing whatever work they can do, and they're minding their business, and they're being deported. Those gotta go. Yeah, those gotta go. Those gotta go. But if she's not committing crimes, then she's not hurting nothing. Yeah, a lot of these people. Well, no,
exactly.
Well, no, a lot of these people traveled here. A lot of people came here and they had so much time to get their visas and everything up to date and become a citizen, and it's a hard process. It's not easy, man. It's just like for us trying to get a birth certificate. It's not easy. Sometimes it takes time. Getting a Social Security, you got to prove who you are and go get all this paperwork and all this stuff. Man, that shit ain't easy for these people. They doing everything they can do. But, for those that are committing crimes and just, constantly getting in trouble and going to jail, get the motherfuckers out of here. Get those guys. But what they're doing is they're going after everyone. Now we have no farmers, man. There's nobody picking the berries, no one picking cotton and tobacco, and nobody in America that is legal wants to do that shit. Nobody wants to do concrete work. No one wants to build houses. Nobody wants to do shingles.
That should be open
but
for
nobody
Americans,
wants it, J-Rob. Nobody wants it.
It's not open. The positions aren't open.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Nobody wants that shit.
I can't even get on DoorDash.
I can't
even get on DoorDash because illegals have taken all the DoorDash jobs. I've tried to get on DoorDash for years.
Well, I'm telling you, that's DoorDash, but I'm talking about the shit that makes this world go round. The produce, man. Who's out there taking care of the animals and the farm animals and all the berries and cabbage and fruits and stuff? When they get rid of all those, who's going to work those farms? No one.
Yeah, I
They
think
just
that
deported the whole workforce.
In a way, I agree that
We're
the
going to collapse.
nonviolent people.
We're going to collapse.
In a way, I agree that the nonviolent people, but it's hard to differentiate from the people that have entered through here through
they got
these
records.
Human trafficking connections.
They got.
Well, some people don't have records.
Yeah, they do. When they catch them doing a crime, they got them. They may not know their name. They may not know nothing. But those are the ones they need to get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
But they're also like, there's people that are committing crimes that they have no idea about. There's people that are felons that they don't know about. In a way, I mean, it's like we're just waiting for someone to potentially commit a future crime, So it's like.
But the problem is, J-Rob, it's not like that. They're going to businesses, walking in and asking people for their papers without knowing if they've done a crime or not. And if they don't have it, they're deporting them. And these are workers, bro, iron workers. These are people who's out here doing, jobs that make this world, makes the United States go round. And Trump is doing all these tariffs and everything and deporting everyone. Now it's got these other countries not wanting to work with us at all. They're not wanting to send us shit because
you got China on the deal, though.
America is built off of all of it. America is built off of all of the goods we get from all these other countries, bro. And when they stop giving us shit because of all these tariffs, we ain't gonna have shit. And we ain't got no farmers to produce the shit for us to keep us going. We're about to be fucked.
The reason why he was doing the tariffs was because that we've had unfair trade practices that were screwing us over. So he was leveling out the playing field. And then
that's what he said. That's what they say.
China, yeah, the only people that are saying opposite of that is the mainstream media. I've seen what the mainstream media is saying.
No, I'm telling you what
they're
it
going
is.
after innocent people. They're saying they're the ones saying they're going after innocent people, and then people are rioting in the streets right now all over the country, and it's a communist, literal CIA operation in the manuals themselves that they've done through every other country to cause an uprising. They're doing a color revolution, a coup right now, for the sake of this situation, which in some aspects you're correct.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's bigger than that. But they're taking down human
traffickers. No, it's not. They're literally throwing a cover revolution.
Yes, it is.
No, it can't get bigger than them having a shadow government coup within our country to install, to try to foment an insurrection through a divisive factor, through a psychological warfare operation on the public. So they can they're using NGOs and shell companies to cause riots all over the country, and it's literally in the CIA manuals, in the fucking records, in the papers themselves. They've done it all over the Middle East, and now they're doing it here. Like, that's huge.
A lot of the reason why all that shit's happening is because they're being cut off from the resources that they were getting before. They ain't getting it now. They've been cut off. So now they're causing that. America, we're being cut off. Majority of our resources are not coming from here. They're coming from some other country.
But that's the point in getting our industry up. We got to get our industry up instead of depending on everybody else.
Had it, bro. We got Alaska for oil, bro. We got oil reserves right here.
Yes,
and in
but
Canada,
everything that
we
Biden
got it.
did under the Biden administration, they shot ourselves in the foot.
We're wanting it from all these other countries. We're trying to keep them other countries down so that we can stay up. That's what's been happening. That's how America works, bro.
They literally
Everything
sold
we get
us
is
out
shipped in here.
to the WEF. They sold us
Our metals
out
come
to the
from
WEF
China.
and UN.
Our metals come from China. Our oil and gas comes from the Ukraine and Russia. We're getting gold and silver from Africa, ore and lithium from Africa, and we're getting produce from them too. And those guys are selling that shit for the pennies on the dollar, and they making nothing off of it, and we're making all the profit. And right now, Africa is shutting that shit down. They're not giving no more to us. And then the China and Russia is all together on board with that shit. They're trying to stop the Western world, bro. And we're over getting rid of our immigrants, which is going to cause us to collapse. We're about to collapse. I don't think so.
We're about to collapse for many different reasons. Because he put the tariffs way up, and we got a better deal on the tariffs after the trade war because he heightened them so much. They heightened them back.
Do you
understand? We ended up working out a deal. We ended up working out a deal to level it up.
Do you understand how those tariffs
Yes,
work,
it
J.
affects
Rob?
the corporations. It affects the corporations. It raises
That's what
the
you
tax
think.
on the corporations.
That's
No, that's
what
what
you
it
think.
is. It literally raises
Listen,
it's a tax
listen,
on corporations in other countries. That's what tariffs are.
Listen, this is how it goes. He raises the tariffs over here, okay, in this other country. Say that that country sells T-shirts. They normally sell them for $10 to us. And then we get it, we sell it for 20, right? Well, when he raised the tariff, now they got to raise it. Now they're selling these shirts for $25. We got to raise it over here. Who does it affect? It affects the consumer. So when they buy it for 20, they make it sell it for 25. They sell it for 30 here. And now the consumer has to pay more because they had to pay more.
Yes, if the corporation decides to raise that. Yes, if the corporation decides, but we're talking about iPhones. We're talking about hurt us. We're talking about cars. Yes, but it's like we don't need an iPhone every day. We don't need a car every day. But the thing is to restabilize the economy.
Are hurting us.
Yes, but the thing is, they've been taxing us. They've been taxing us for many years unfairly. They created the tax for the fucking war a long time ago.
And now it's getting ready to go up even more.
They've been misusing and mishandling our tax funds and putting them to all sorts of bullshit for many years, and nobody ever complained about that. Yes,
because they didn't know. Because
it's
those piggybacks, bro. They don't tell you all that. They say, you guys vote for this health care, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna lower this, and then people are like, yeah, that's a good idea. But we don't know that it's got a piggyback to it, to where now that some of that funding is going towards missiles that are getting shot off in the ocean for practice. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
200 million to Ukraine and money to Israel and all these places. And then USAID.
But you know why they do that? You know why they do that? Because they got a foot in it. The U.S. does that, rebuilds. They tear something up, blow it up, and then they rebuild it. Now we got us an embassy there. Now we got a military base there.
Yes, I know. They're laundering money.
And there's only one reason, because they have resources that the Americans want.
Yes,
that's
but
the
it's
only
like,
reason they do that.
I know. It's imperialistic. I agree with that. But the thing is that Trump's tariffs, I don't know how that they can tax the shit out of everything forever and then misuse our taxes and put it towards sex change surgeries in Guatemala or some shit and do all this stuff.
What
and that's
they
a problem.
It hurts us, bro.
Yes, but there's been unfair. It's been unfair. Yes, but it's for short term because it will stabilize eventually. It's going to hurt for now, then stabilize. What they've done is that they've taken all our money and laundered it, and now they use our tax money and put it into NGOs and put it in non-governmental organizations, and then give it to people that are coming across this border illegally. So then a lot of people get more harsh on the illegal migration thing because of what they've done. They've given them money and cards and food stamps and given them so much care. So most people are like, yeah, just get them all out. But I agree that the nonviolent people should not be the ones focused on. But the couple days ago when they started the riots, who they were going after that specific day, they came out with the documented evidence. Just two days yesterday, they came out with the information saying that the people they were coming after in California were trafficking drugs and humans for the cartel. And I'm sure they're going after nonviolent people, and they probably shouldn't be focusing on that.
But that was only there, man. That was only there. All the way up to Nebraska, bro. They're taking people who are just expired visas, bro. You know that one black TikToker? That black TikToker that somebody cook an egg and flip it, and then they be like, voila, and then he does it too his own way. It's like, man, it's like simple, and he don't never say a word. They just deported him. He ain't committed no crime. He ain't done nothing. All he did was have an expired visa that expired. It was a work visa that expired. And it was a friend of Barron's friends that knew about it and made sure that they went after him because he believes that he was making all this money off of those TikToks, making millions. And he was sending it back to his country.
I'm sure if you look into the federal code, I'm sure if you look into the federal law, But still, if you look into the federal law, I would bet you money it's going to say that if you overstay your visa or if you come over here...
It is the law, bro. It is the law. But the thing is, they need to be going after the criminals first. Those are the ones that's making America not great. It's the criminals.
I know, but see, but that's what the media is saying, is that they're not going after any criminals when they are. They are.
They're going after everyone, bro. They're going after anyone and everyone that doesn't have it. And they're getting rid of the workforce, is what I'm saying.
Well, yes, first they're going after the criminals, and then they're starting... But it's like, I don't see that how it's like an American interest. I mean, I don't see how that's like our problem, though.
Okay, whenever your lettuce goes from $5 a head to $10 a head, then you're going to start seeing it, man. We're about to not have no groceries because these farms are going to start failing because they don't have no workers.
I just seriously doubt that, because I don't think that's what's... They're fucking up our job market. Generally, they're taking resources.
You're gonna see. You're gonna mark my words, J. Rob. We don't have no farmers.
Like, the thing is that I brought up what's going on with the riots, and then you say that it's justifiable. Almost like you almost say that. I mean, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but you're like,
they are breaking the law because they got expired visas and they're illegal. But what I'm saying is, the ones that are committing crimes, bro, these gangs, these cartels, you know, these people who are pushing these drugs, you know, these people need to go.
And that's those guys are illegal. But that's what they've been focusing on. But then they're going to start going after those other people too.
All over, yes, but all over.
It's been, how long is it? It's been 6 months. It's like, do you expect them to never go after the people that shouldn't be here also? Like, they're going to do that at some point, but they're sensationalizing the wrong things, because the thing is that there's literally evidence that there's people that are being paid as provocateurs to go out and start a color revolution and a coup within our own country. Like, there's people that they're handing out thousands of dollars worth of face masks, and they're being sponsored by people from Walmart and all these different places that are there's literally people that are part of like the Brown Berets, the Colombian Communist Party, handing out fucking masks and equipment to people.
I get it.
They're trying to have an overthrow, and they're sowing dissent among us. But I agree with your points. Don't get me wrong.
But the thing is, J-Rob, almost everybody that's here in this America are immigrants, bro. We're all immigrants. Even Trump is from Germany. He's an immigrant. But yes, I'm just saying, these guys are just trying to find a better life. They're not committing no crimes, and they're deporting them.
I think they should make it easier for good people to get into this country. I agree with that.
They should.
I agree that
they should make it easy for them too, but they don't.
Yes, but it's like a lot of these people, they brought millions, like 15 million people in like 5 years, like, or even more than that. Like, this is the hub of the largest human trafficking and slavery ring that has ever existed through the open border.
They need to get those guys.
They created the biggest drug trafficking and human trafficking enterprise.
When they bust those guys, they need to detain them all and send them over there. That's what they need to do. Like, the ones that are committing the crimes.
But that's the thing, is a lot of these people are not documented, so we don't know who a lot of these people actually are. So even if they are innocent,
when they raid those rings and those people are there, those are the ones. Those are the ones.
But it's like, how many of these people that don't have any records going back to wherever they're from, and they're just a construction worker, how do we know they're not a murderer? How do we know they're not going to murder somebody?
Because when they caught them, they wasn't doing a crime.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, how do we know they're not going to do a crime? That's the only thing right there.
How do you know a regular citizen ain't gonna do a crime? We got plenty of people that are American citizens that do crimes all the time.
Yes, but how many other places in the world just let people come over there and overstay their visas? If you enter a country illegally, if you enter Mexico illegally, or China illegally, no place has an open border. Yes, but they're falling apart. If you look at the crime rates and how many people are in Sweden... Yes, but the reason why Sweden's crime rate, it's 70% people that are of either African descent or people that are that are Muslims. because they had an open border policy that brought all these people in, and now there's rape gangs that go around and kill all these women.
It's not like that anymore, man. Everybody's got closed borders right now. They ain't happening no more.
But they still allow people in. But most of these other places, if you go to China and overstay your visa, if you go to Mexico, they'll probably beat you or kill you, and they'll definitely deport you for sure. They're not going to let you stay. So it's like we're a republic of law and order. So it's like we must uphold some of these things for it to continue to be that. But I agree they should make it easier, and they shouldn't go after all the nonviolent people. But I think that people would be willing to work in a factory.
It's just like this, J-Rob. Say, for some reason, you didn't like America no more. Just for say, and you decide you want to go to another country. Well, before you can even get that visa and become a citizen, you got to learn their language. And you got to learn how their government works in their history. You got to know all that stuff to become a citizen. And these guys come from somewhere else that has no idea. They just want to get away from oppression. They want a better life. They want a chance to work and try to make some money. You know, that's all they're doing. And when they find them, they're sending them. Grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunts that hasn't committed no crimes. But the ones that they find that are selling drugs in drug rings, those who are doing the human trafficking, when they do those busts, send them motherfuckers back. But these others, give them time, give them the chance, you know, is the way I see it. Because right now, all the houses that are being built, all the roads that are being built, sidewalks, all of the mowing crews, everybody who's doing all the vegetables and doing the farming and the animals, that doing jobs that nobody else wants, those jobs are available.
They're available disagree,
now,
but it's like,
and ain't nobody want them.
I would take it. I would take the
job.
Economy
if I could do
is getting ready to fall. That, I would. And I think a lot of people would work in factories.
Bro, you say that. You are not built to do that shit, J-Rob.
Yes, but
you cannot handle that job.
The thing is, with
you
these
cannot
people
handle that.
Are actually
16-hour days and 110-degree heat.
This is human rights violations.
J-Rob, you want that job for $11 an hour?
That's
you want that job?
That's not the point.
Nobody wants that, J-Rob. We don't have no farmers. They deport them all.
It's a human rights violation on these people because they are underpaying most of them and they're working them a lot more hours.
You ain't got no fucking food in the grocery stores. You're gonna see. I'm telling you, you're about to see.
That's gonna be the last reason why that would happen is because they're deporting people. The reason why that would happen is because...
Bro, there's farms that are closed because they don't have no workers. Nebraska is fucked up right now. Look at Nebraska. Look them up. They ain't got no farmers, bro. They ain't got no farmers. All of them left and being deported.
How about the people that come here and send all of their paychecks to the people to their family in Guatemala?
300-year-old farms are closing.
Those
and
should
J.D.
be American
Vance
jobs.
is buying them.
Regardless, those should be American
Nobody
jobs. They should not be...
Who's going to work them, J-Rob? Did Trump think the black people were going to do it?
They're underpaying these people. Well, that's what the Democrats want to do, is to keep their slaves, and that's what these people essentially are.
They're
using them as slave labor. They're using these people as slave labor, and the little bit of money they're getting.
Those guys volunteer to do that.
A little bit of money they're getting, they're sending it back to Guatemala. It's not contributing, but it's not contributing to our economy, so it's not helping us at all.
It is. They buy food and stuff from our stores. Their money is going into our stores. When they buy clothes and they buy food, they're paying it.
It's basically indentured servitude.
J-Rob, they're doing it willingly because $1 over here is worth a lot more at home. So they're still paying and contributing to our community, but they are sending it home. Yes, because $11 is not a lot to us, but it's a lot to them.
It's basically slave labor, and they're doing it under the table, and that's how most of these places work, because you can't pay someone on... So they're paying them half the amount that they would usually pay people, much less than they usually would, and they like to do it, and they would like to do it. That's against your civil rights. That's against civil rights. So that's actually a human rights, civil rights violation.
Those guys don't have to do anything they don't want to do. No one is cracking the whip and making them go out there and farm, bro. That's just what
Yes,
they're
but
good
it's
at.
using them. It's exploiting them. That's what that is. So that's actually inhumane to these people.
It's
That's
not really
that's not a good thing.
exploiting them, bro. They
Yes, it
volunteer to
is.
do it. Don't you know when these farmers do that, they got to pay extra for having immigrants? They pay like an additional amount on top at tax time for having each individual one of them. They're paying. The farmers are losing by hiring them because they can't get no one else.
A lot of these people. A lot of these people. A lot of these
Yeah,
people are
farmers are
underpaid.
getting hit too. They are. They are because no one else wants them jobs, bro. They advertise it. They have to. By law, they have to advertise those jobs, and nobody wants them.
Yes, but you have to pay.
But the immigrants do.
You have to pay. You have to pay illegal aliens under the table to give them money, so you can pay them whatever rate you want because it's not documented. So then they pay them much less, and then they're okay with that. So that's not fair. And then they send their money off to somewhere else, which doesn't contribute to our economy.
It's not about. It doesn't matter if it's fair or not. No, you don't want that job. You say you do. You don't
but that's
want
the
that
thing.
job.
But wanting the job or not,
They
does that
volunteer
change
for that.
Does that
They
change the
volunteer for that.
lawfulness of it? Like that doesn't
They're
change
good
the,
with
the
it.
constitutional rights of it, though. That doesn't change the law.
Rucker, you're headed to the war zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Switch marked. Moving here.
Battle Royale. Enemy dropping into the AO. Eliminate all targets in the AO.
Vaya boy here.
Precision airstrike ready for tasking.
Last mag.
Move to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Move it. Squad mates in the gulag. If they survive, they redeploy. Your squad mate failed their mission. They're headed back to base.
I'm reloading. Reloading.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
Reloading. Break's over. Let's go.
Squad mate has entered the gulag. They'll need to survive to redeploy.
Changing mags. That's for my
Gas
mate.
inbound. Marking new safe zone. Squad mate redeploying to the AO.
I'm ready for another go. Buy me back,
Ready to
mate.
redeploy.
Changing mags.
Your squad made it to the safe zone. Gas is inbound.
Loading. I need mags! Taking effective fire! Mags!
They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
Requesting buyback. I'm ready to redeploy. Reloading!
Your squad mate won the fight. They're redeploying now.
McTavish here. Buy me back. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for another go. Buy me back, mate.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. No more fighting in the gulag. You're in the top 5. Bring home the win. Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy soldier incoming.
Changing mag.
You're in the top 3. Don't let up now. Get to the safe zone.
Switching mags. Marking, I've got a pistol.
Only 2 left. There's 1 of 5 remaining.
Last mag! I'm hit!
It's just a protest. Nobody's tearing up shit. Nobody's blowing up no buildings or ravaging buildings or burning cars or nothing until they send in the fucking military.
Yes, but that's
when
their
they start
talking
sending
point.
in troops
Literally,
and shit,
I've been
that's
hearing
when it
everything the
happens.
media
When they start
say,
sending in the
but-
police, that's when it starts happening. Now
No,
it's
dude,
bad.
these motherfuckers are paid, dude. There's shell groups and NGOs that are paying these people to do this. They're literally using the same by the textbook program that they did in Syria, Afghanistan, Lebanon.
Yo.
Over there, those people are like, what the, why is this general that's supposed to be just helping us concerned with our resources? Why is he worried about our gold? And the only reason is because they have an interest in the gold. That's why they're there, and they got hip to it. So they kick them, they're trying to kick them out.
And it's like
Africans are kicking them out. Yeah,
our government has, and the CIA has installed people all over Africa to work in the interest of the CIA because they operate basically as an organized crime syndicate, and they've overthrown
that coup that happened. That's what they did, man. They trained that guy and his group to go over there and take over that place. There must be some type of resource there. But yeah, man, this shit is going on, man. They're all over the place. Like those, you ever hear about those guys over there chopping each other up with machetes and shit?
Yeah,
chopping people's arms off and cutting off women's breasts. Man, those people.
Yeah, I wonder who sponsored
connected
them.
into that shit.
Exactly.
Gave them guns and weapons.
Yeah, and it's like Biden left all of those weapons over there that they pulled out of Afghanistan. That was basically just a way to rearm the Taliban. And so they basically,
I think so.
Yeah. And Israel basically created Hamas. They created Hamas so they can have a forever war, so they can genocide the people in Gaza. And it's like, it's just so obvious the shit that has been fucking going on. And now it's our government, the CIA is trying to use, and these mega corporations are trying to use the communists in this country as a, hey, sorry, you're distracting me.
Enemy soldier incoming.
They're trying to use the mega corporations are trying to use communists to foment a fucking uprising, and it's like whether Trump's right or wrong, like somebody's trying to fuck up a bunch of shit. That's for sure. Whether it's Trump or somebody,
a lot of fucked up shit right now, man. There's a lot.
Yeah,
We're
it's like they fucked
right
over
now,
Gaddafi. Bro, they fucked over Saddam, they fucked over Gaddafi, they fucked over all of them. They fucked over Assad.
Even Bin Laden.
Bin Laden, they say was a CIA asset, you know, and it's like,
man, we trained him.
Yeah, exactly. And then we gave him weapons.
Follow Pink.
To fight the.
Where is Pink?
There is no Pink. Go to Blue. I think he said Ping. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I hope that I hope that
Bang.
a bunch of riots all over the country
Here, hold
don't
up,
fucking
guys.
happen.
Sit down. Sit.
Reloading.
Calm down, boy. Sit down. Sit.
Damn,
You
it
heard
sound
what
like
I
he
said.
gonna. It sounds like you're gonna bite him. He's like, you should learn.
Yeah, because my dog is trying to act crazy when we got somebody at the door. You better cut it out.
Oh, he got.
Yeah, that. Yeah, my girl orders some food and the dude come to the door and my dog act like he want to get out there and kill him.
Dude, I fucking love debate. I love conversations.
Yeah, I know, but there are things that's concerning, man, with this world. I mean, we're living it.
Dude, I think they're about to
Yes,
cause some fucking crazy shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go through some shit, man. This world's crooked.
Yeah, stay away. I would stay away from the fucking protests on Saturday. I mean, I don't think anything will happen in Tulsa, but I would just stay away because.
I think there's like 3 of them supposed to be in Tulsa.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
I think there's supposed to be like 3 different places.
Downtown, 41st and Yale.
Right there over the wall, Yeah, there you go.
Gorbachev, take down that wall.
Up on the hill.
Oh shit. Right here.
Head to the safe zone. Gas is
Damn,
moving.
dude. Yeah. When I was playing my Xbox yesterday, it was doing it. Yeah, and I got a PlayStation 5. Yeah. It's better.
Oh, wait,
I mean,
wait,
my
let me guess.
PlayStation
Let me
5
guess. Let me guess what Soray's gonna ask. Let me get one of them. let me get your PS5. Let me hold on to it for you. Oh no, he don't have a PC. No, he does. No, he got a PS5 and a Xbox. No, actually, he does have a. You do have a laptop, but he don't want to get Steam. I already asked Berto.
Steam? Nah. I've heard about it.
He wants you to play Repo on the computer. Yeah, he's like, yeah, you told me, you're like, I got enough consoles, like, I got enough shit going on for games, like, I'm good. Is that what you said, Berto? Like, when I asked you a couple months ago, you're like, oh, I got enough. I was like, hey, get Repo, get Steam on your computer. You're like, nah.
Yeah, because I already got a PlayStation and an Xbox. That's a lot to have anything else.
I mean, Repo is pretty fun.
He's just scary.
Repo's fun. I just, I like to play it rarely because it gets old after playing it every night. Man, they need to refine that game. They need to like add updates to that game because there needs to be like something to work towards on it, or a leveling system, you know? I mean, like a personal level, like, I mean, like, get your own level. Like, I want to be like a level 20, you know, like prestige and shit, yeah, like, and like have some sort of like something to work for every round or something, you know? Yeah.
Your squad mate is a most wanted target. Eliminate threats and
Yeah,
secure
it needs
supply
to be.
cables to reduce the time in the
Yeah, it
contract.
feels like like a beta. It needs to be like refined a little bit. It's fun though. Oh, it is a beta? That makes sense.
Switching mags. Incoming!
Oh, get him.
I'm getting stitched up!
This just make it better. Here, I'll give you a hug. Oh yeah. Hey, have you heard about the great?
Lay me
Have
back, lay me
they
back
said?
down on the ground and throw that ass, nigga. Lay me back on the ground and throw that ass.
Have you heard about the
Lay me
Great
back on the ground
Reset?
and throw that ass. Get his ass. Get that.
I'm reloading.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Wow.
All squad mates are in the safe zone.
Take cover! Attack me! Get back! Shit, I'm hit! Need a hand here! Incoming! Rachel, get back!
Oh yeah! You weren't expecting that, were
Stay
you?
alive. Most wanted complex is clean.
Oh! What the fuck? That timing, man. Bro, that timing was crazy. What the fuck?
You lucky fuck!
I was not expecting to get up. We got up
Thank you.
because the most wanted. I completed the most wanted. I was not expecting that at all.
All
No,
good.
he didn't pick you up. He didn't pick you up. I most wanted
Yeah.
completed, and we both got
Yeah,
up.
you
because
guys
of
did
that.
on your own. Yep. I just came through after that.
I thought like we won the whole game. I was like, what the fuck happened? All right, let's go fuck these guys up.
But I killed a few of them. I only got 3 kills
Oh, right here.
so far.
They need to have a resurgence casual or something.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
Yeah, like a couple bots or something.
LDBR inbound.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good target practice.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Gulag's closed until further notice. Enemies dropping into the AR.
Oh, someone landed in. Oh, there's 2 of them.
4 remain.
Damn!
Watch your fire!
Yeah, they're both down.
Oh, sniper up here.
Friendly loadout
He's like-
drops on the way.
He's right over there.
They ain't finna buy you back.
Tempted to go get that
They
loadout.
ain't bought you back yet.
I'm hit!
Hold on.
Oh shit.
Damn, I got a sniper. Watch it.
No, he's on the fucking roof! I'm safe.
Ah,
Moving in.
damn.
Let's
Yeah, he was shooting down on us.
example, take that victory.
I was actually safe behind that box. Damn, I was actually safe where
gonna wait my
he was
girl up.
laying.
Western buyback, make it sharp.
Damn. Dude up there on top, on that. Got hit by the dude above us.
Oh, your operator? Oh. Yeah, you've had that skill for fucking forever. No ways, but it has been fucking 3 years. Yeah, that one's dope. It's been like 2 years, maybe 1 year, something like that. Okay, yeah, that's not too far away from 3 years. What? Wow. Well, see, you was playing it for a little while, and then I asked you a long time ago. I was like, "Hey, play Warzone," and then you got it like months later, and you played it for months. And I was like, "Well, what you been doing?" I've been playing Warzone. Like, you've been playing Warzone for this long? You haven't told me. Yeah, that must. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how fucking long ago that was. You are? No, I'm 28. No, I turned 28. Yeah, I turned 28. '20. 2021. So I was either 20 or 21, yeah.
I'll be forgetting how young y'all are. Man, I'm 48. I could be. Give you a whooping. You need a whooping, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you was. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, you had to be in like your late 20s. Cause you look it. Yep, you look young. Yeah. No, I never took my hat off. You didn't know that.
Yeah, I think you're thinking about the other guy. No, you're thinking about the other guy.
Yeah,
think about
you think of Big Low. Yeah, I don't know, maybe, or KO. No, I'm a little dude. Back then, I was like 155 pounds of salt and vinegar. Fuck you up. 200 pounds of steel, hard as nails.
He pretty buff.
Not anymore. No, I still got that muscles under there. I got a 2-pack now. Yeah, I got me a 2-pack now, bro.
Here, hold on.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, we talking about some real world events. Yeah, they hope the people will stay asleep. Who, me?
What?
Actually, man, I stand independent, but I didn't vote. So I don't really stand one or the other. I'm just independent. I look at all. Well, what it is that I agree with views from all different areas.
Yes, sir.
But don't agree with everything from Republican or Democrat, you know?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of libertarian ideas, but mainly constitutionalism, but also,
yeah.
I mean, I believe in some liberal ideologies.
I don't believe in all liberal and all Republican or Democrat, but I do agree with some of the things.
Yeah, a lot of the liberal ideologies of like 20 years ago are so different than what they are today. Like they were more health conscious and anti-big pharma, and more things centric on that. They don't really focus on shit like that anymore.
So wait a minute, well, I want to ask you a question. So you think the government made a deal with the producers and the meat, and they was like, hey, let's make them sick. Want you to be.
No, it was just the Jews.
Man, sometimes I think that the government does have a hand in some of that stuff because we've always had an overpopulation problem, and they got to figure out a way to thin out the population, so they let some of that stuff go. We got too many people in the world, man.
I don't know, dude.
That's always been a problem. It's been like that since the 60s, man. They always they've been talking about it. That's what they're doing right now, bro. That's what they're doing right now.
I don't know. I think putting poison in the food ain't a good way to...
Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
We do, but you gotta buy it. Yep, it all belongs to somebody.
All stations, we are free to go. Stand by for deployment.
Changing mags.
But that's the plan. But that's the plan. So Ray, in the end, that's what they want. Because then now they know where everyone is. But bro, I can eat like 8 pieces. That's 2 chickens. Oh, that's a lot of eggs.